And we have to continue to lay a foundation so that as these young people continue to grow, that they have a firm foundation to continue to do the work that is necessary. I have to believe, I'm an optimist, I have to believe that one day, what Dr. Martin Luther King talked about will be true. And I can only believe that when I look into this room today and I see so many people here today, not just here at this breakfast, but those I see in community doing the work. That's what gives me hope, to know that one day, every person, regardless of their ethnicity, who they love, where they're from, what they do, will have an opportunity to be everything that they want to be, with no barriers, with nothing standing in their way. Only pure opportunity for anyone to take a hold of and do what it is they want to do to make this world a better place. With that, it is also my honor this morning to introduce this keynote speaker, the alumni keynote speaker. Now, I have known Courtney Acock almost as long as I can remember. Her sister and I are very good friends. And I've seen Courtney in and around the community, but last night, as I Googled Courtney and read her whole story, you know bits and pieces about somebody, and I was just telling her this morning, but when you read her whole story, when you understand the perseverance that she has had to have to become the person that she is today, I bet even Courtney, when you think about your then, you never would imagine here now. But I'm telling you, there is still a future. I asked you this morning, what is the future? Your future is going to be even brighter. And you have built so much now and are such an example to everyone in this room. Those of you who don't know Courtney's story, but what I will tell you about Courtney is I read her own words said, I am here to build bridges and bring people to the table who often aren't heard. She is born in Tacoma, and despite the challenges she has faced in her own life, she has continued to overcome and believes in giving back what was given to her. Please join me in welcoming this year's alumni keynote speaker, Courtney Acock. And before I take my seat, I didn't get all my school years in here this morning. At 11 o'clock at the Convention Center will be the City of Tacoma's annual MLK celebration. So you got your breakfast, just walk on down to the hill. You have to move your car, just walk on down to the Convention Center. It is free, and this morning I have the honor of welcoming my good friend, the mayor of Mount Vernon, New York, and the president of the African American Mayors Association, Mayor Sean Patterson Howard, will be our keynote speaker. So please come join us. But again, join me in a warm welcome for Courtney Acock.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. First of all, just like to say thank you to the Black Student Union for having me. Wow, what a beautiful sight of powerful folks in the room today. It's an honor to stand before you. First, give an honor to God. Without him, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you to my family and friends for showing up this early, and thank you to all for being here in the freezing cold. I know you would much rather be in your bed. But today, we celebrate and honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., an honorable man. Today is not just a day off from work. It's a day of service. And without his service and efforts leading in the civil rights movement, I do not have the opportunity to stand before you today. So I must acknowledge that today I am standing on the shoulders of a giant. It was April 3rd, 1916, when Dr. King was assassinated. I thought for a long time about what I would say about him, and the first thing that came to mind is leadership. The fact that he was not afraid to stand in the front lines and put his life on the line for our kids' life, our life, and for many generations to come, makes me think about the work that I do in the community and how it's so important and reflects not only the work being done today, but also helps shape the future. It started in 5th grade for me. Dr. John Push Gaines and I were a part of the 5th grade class at Bryant Elementary. Where's all my Bryant Bears at? We were tasked with our 5th grade class was tasked to write an essay about Dr. King and what he meant to you. The essay winners won a free trip to the Puyallup Fair. I had never gone to the fair, so I was super excited. They gave us a free trip to the fair with unlimited rides and unlimited food. Needless to say, Dr. John Gates and I were on the front page of the Tacoma News. You know, for the young folks, that physical copy that your parents. I'll never forget that experience. That was amazing, huh, John?
It was.
I didn't reflect on that moment until I started to write my remarks. I wish I still had a copy of that essay. I know that it was good because if it wasn't, I wouldn't have been on that front page. But seriously, today as I reflect on community and what service means to me, I must acknowledge the tea and the impact that it's had on my life. I started at the university in 2006, and I was a part of the inaugural first freshman class. My plan was originally to go to a HBCU, but life happened. The campus that you see today is not the same campus as 14 years ago. Wait, did I just age myself? But in all seriousness, transformation happened, and it didn't just happen overnight. It's a beautiful sight to see where the university is going. Chancellor Lane, you have an amazing vision, and I'm excited to work along you and your colleagues to help your vision come true. This campus is about belonging. Belonging is so important in today's world. I felt I belonged here. One specific professor that comes to mind is Dr. Deirdre Rader. Although she couldn't be here to join me today, she sent me the most heartfelt message and reminded me of how far I've come. Professor Rader did not play about me. She did not let me make any excuses, and anytime I thought I wasn't coming to class because I didn't have a babysitter or I was simply just under too much stress, she would say, bring your daughter to class and we will figure it out. She gave me grace when I needed it most, but most importantly, she never judged my situation. It's so important for us as Black leaders to be mentors and set the example for our future generation. You never know what the smallest deed can do and mean to someone. 14 years later, her and I still have a relationship, and I am so thankful for her. I am a firm believer of giving folks their flowers while they can still smell them, and so shout out to you, Dr. Rader, for being an outstanding Black woman, mentor, and professor who made an impact on not only my life, but I'm sure you've touched many others. I was a young single mother at the age of 17, my senior year in high school. I had so many dreams and I had so many plans, but I had to take a detour. I know that I've shared this story before, but I think it's really important for young girls to hear it and to be reminded that even when you make a mistake, as society would say, it's okay. Your mistakes do not define you. You must keep going. I wanted to make sure that my mistake was not just the typical stereotype statistic of she had a baby at 17, she can't graduate, she won't get far, she'll just be on government assistance, and now I stand before you working for the federal government. It was in my DNA to be great. I come from good stock. My brother and my sisters are amazing and do heartfelt community work as well. My brother Rashi Wortham is the head coach at Tacoma Community College women's basketball. And my sister Natasha Wortham is the deputy director at Tacoma Community. Watching them do heartfelt work only inspired me to want to do even more. They showed me that it is capable of coming from where we come from and to still make an impact. That is my mission, to show young Black kids in Tacoma that you can do anything you put your mind to. I grew up on the hilltop during the 90s when it was a really rough time. There was a lot of drug activity, killings, and there was just a lot of poverty. Today, as you look around the hilltop, transformation again, gentrification happened. I didn't have the best childhood, but we made the best of life with what we had. We didn't have everything, but together we had it all. My mom worked countless nights as a single mother to make sure that her kids see the hard work that she put in. And it is my duty to make sure that my kids see me do the work so that they are inspired to do the same. Giving up again is never an option. Forgive me if I'm a little emotional today. My daughter just turned 18 this past Thursday. And it's making me very nostalgic. I was 17 when I had my baby girl, and my mother was 17 when she had her first child, Latasha. My daughter broke the cycle. I love you, daughter, and I'm so proud of you and everything that you are and everything that you're going to be. You and your brother are my reason. I don't take this opportunity for granted at all, and I am so thankful for everyone who was a part of my village. I think it's so important to remember who you are when the world tells you who you're supposed to be. It's important to keep hope alive like Dr. King, and to remind folks that if you have a dream, you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. Today is the perfect day to reflect on your service and to remember that the smallest act of kindness can go a long way. We're living in tumultuous times these days, and it's a dark world, so being a light is always the most important. My message to you today is to be a light, and if you don't think that you are a light, find your reason and become one. Remember that you belong, and remember that you can inspire others by the smallest act of kindness. You don't have to go the extra mile. The smallest things can make someone's day, and you never know the lives that you'll impact. I think it's important to never forget where you come from and to always remind yourself of where you want to go and to stick to the plan, even when there is a detour. My goal is for my kids to see me do community work because this is the same community that poured into me when I needed it most. I'm so thankful to be a Tacoma native and to be able to work in my community. Service never felt like work. It just felt right, and I'm thankful to be able to do the work that I do. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. There's hope when we have institutions like the UWT and our local community colleges and Tacoma Public Schools that are opening doors of educational and economic opportunity like never before. But let's not be modest. There remains, as Dr. King said, trouble in the land. We know some things are messed up when a nation that makes 5% of the global population has 25% of the world's prison. When systems disproportionately jealous Black men stifling generations of economic mobility in our community. To form that more perfect union that Dr. King was talking about, we need to ensure that justice is blind. To ensure that when we tell our young people to say no to trouble, that we're giving them positive things to say yes to. And to stand up against the scourge of gun violence that has touched too many families in our community. To see the stars through the darkness, some things must change. I hope that you all are inspired by the messages that you hear to pour back into what poured into you. Whether it's for a family member or a friend or even someone that you don't know. We all need help and we all need each other. That is what Dr. King's legacy was about, for us to love one another. I try my hardest to walk in light and love, and I hope that you will join me in this movement, and not just today, but every day. You don't have to have it all together, and that's the beauty of your story. It's going through the process and trusting yourself. Today, I hope that you reflect on your mission, your goals, and your vision, and why you were put on this earth. I know for sure whatever it is God has me to do, I'm going to do to the best of my ability every single day. I pray for all of you, and I hope that you all have an amazing 2024. Claim whatever you want to manifest, because God is real, and whatever you put your heart to, you can achieve it. I believe in you, but most importantly, you must believe in yourself. I hope that today you are inspired one way or another to be a leader and to walk in your purpose. In life, there are going to be people who don't believe in your dreams, but you must believe in you. Don't ever settle for less than you deserve. Know your self-worth, and when you see you are being valued, take your energy and move into spaces that recognize and appreciate you. Be courageous, be fearless, and most importantly, have hope like Dr. King. Again, I thank you for having me. God bless.